So I got the car all cleaned out. I got all the under the hood stuff taken care of. I say taken care of. Removed all the interior under the dash. I loaded the car onto my trailer and I took it to the car wash, and I have pressure washed it. This is the end result. Rats chewed up the console wiring harness. I have that rust to fix in the floor and right there. Outside of that, I don't really have any rust repair. There's a small place in the trunk, but nothing notable. There's the AC condenser. Most of the interior under the dash wiring I kept. Got a box of just miscellaneous junk and screws and parts that was laying around in the car. I keep all these tubes just because at some point I'd like to have air conditioning back in the car, and at least I'll have a good reference of what they need to look like when I go to order stuff. A lot of people want to buy totes, but you know, good totes are $14-15 a piece, and I don't want to waste good totes on stuff that I'm not going to reuse. I'm going to keep this stuff. Somebody else might need it or want to trade for it, and so I'll hold on to it and store it somewhere. There's my under the dash AC unit, console, rear seats, seat belts. They're garbage. I probably won't even keep them, and I'll free up the box. The driver and the passenger seat. The driver's seat's garbage. The passenger seat, I think, is at least savable, and probably be able to use it at some point. So I think rather than just continuing to show and document the car, I think more people want to see me working on the car and see the things I'm doing while I'm doing them. I have a plan in place, and I now have the stuff that I can start videoing myself taking parts and stuff off and doing some of the assembly. While I'm doing this, I'll explain why I did things the way that I did them, why I cleaned the car out outside of a garage, why I'm keeping some of the things I'm keeping. I'll go over my parts cars too and what my plan is with them and how that'll play into the refurbishment or restoration of this 66, and how it will in the end save me money and possibly even make me money. Parts cars are vital to the restoration of a car, and you know, if somebody can get one or you can find one cheap enough, they're really great to have. As far as the disassembly of the car, that's as far as I'm going to go with it. I probably will take the door off. It has to be repaired, and the front bumper, because it has to be repaired. But outside of that, this car is not going to come all the way apart. And again, that'll come into a later video when I talk about my parts cars and why you need to have a good plan when you're restoring a car.